I don't even have any words.
I'm not on earth.
It's hard to put into words what Jasmine Kahn and Anthony Owens have been through. On Monday, June 29th, their 4 month old baby, Troy May Elaine Kahn, was thrown to her death at a daycare in Claremont. Jasmine says she was at work when she got a call from the head of the child care facility telling her to come to Pomona Valley Hospital.
My child had bruises all over her body. Her head was fractured. I lost my daughter due to the negligence of this daycare.
On the morning of June 29th, 4 month old Troy May Elaine Cohn was dropped off at what her parents believed was a safe, licensed home daycare in Claremont, California. Drop off was rather uneventful and everything seemed normal. But a few hours later, everything changed forever. At around 11:30 that morning, Claremont police responded to reports of a medical emergency at the daycare. When officers arrived, investigators say they discovered that a 17-year-old juvenile had allegedly thrown little Troy to the floor inside the home. Emergency responders immediately began life-saving efforts before transporting Troy to the hospital. Once at the hospital, doctors and staff worked diligently to save baby Troy. But despite their efforts, Troy passed away from her injuries. When Troy's mother, Jasmine Cohn, reached the hospital, she learned the extent of her daughter's injuries. According to Jasmine, baby Troy had suffered extensive trauma, including a fractured skull. Injuries that should have never happened in a licensed daycare where a baby should have been properly supervised. Troy's parents believe the daycare failed to keep their daughter safe. They believe their daughter was left unsupervised with the teenager inside the daycare. Exactly why the 17-year-old was present remains unclear. The daycare was licensed to care for young children, around 8 years old or younger. So Troy's family is questioning why an older teenager was there and what level of supervision was being provided. At this point, investigators have not publicly explained the circumstances surrounding the juvenile's presence. So for now, their questions remain unanswered. The teen who allegedly caused baby Troy's fatal injuries was taken into custody at the scene and later booked into Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall. Because he's considered a minor, authorities have not yet released his name, but a few facts have been released. According to court records and local reporting, the teenager has autism. Investigators have not yet suggested whether his diagnosis explains what happened, but they did make a point of noting that he's autistic. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office filed a single count of murder against the juvenile. After he was arraigned in Superior Court, his case was transferred to juvenile court where the proceedings are ongoing. Now, because they are making a point of noting that he's autistic, that might be playing a factor in whether or not he's treated as an adult versus a juvenile for this kind of murder. As far as the daycare, in the days following the tragedy, the home where the daycare operated appeared to have been vacated. Security cameras that had been previously visible were removed, and toys and childcare supplies were placed outside near a growing memorial honoring baby Troy. The property has since been listed for lease. It's unclear at this time if anyone else from the daycare will be charged with what happened to baby Troy in this fatal incident. So for now, the juvenile is the only one charged with murder or anything in this case involving baby Troy, and his case is proceeding through California's juvenile court system. Investigators said they are continuing to review exactly what happened inside that daycare that morning that led to the passing of baby Troy, and whether any additional responsibility may lie elsewhere. So as always, guys, I'll keep you posted if anything gets released, but we know that typically with juveniles, they don't release very many details. So if no one else gets charged, we may not find out exactly what happened to baby Troy. And as always,